Hello and welcome back to a new episode in our worst equipment run of Ultimate General Civil War. And today we are going to fight in the Battle of Salem Church. Last episode we fought in the Battle of Chancellorsville and had no option to rest yet. But luckily we are not going to use our own soldiers in this fight. As you can see, the rebels heavily outnumber us. They have over 19,000 soldiers and 72 artillery pieces, while we have only 13,696 soldiers and 41 guns at our disposal. But this time we actually carry quality equipment. We bring multiple brigades armed with the Springfield M1855 to the battlefield, as well as 2 batteries of 10-pounder Parrots and 2 batteries of 12-pounder Napoleons. And with that, I think we should be very well equipped to deal with the enemy. You are now in command of Sedgwick's corps, who is advancing via Orange Turnpike. Our pick has reported that a few rebel brigades are dispatched to meet your army. Hurry up and secure the crossroads located near Salem Church before the rebels. This small ridge can help them to block our path. And we are immediately thrown into battle. I'm going to send some skirmishes out to make sure we are not getting surprised. And we need to order our artillery to move over the road so that we are a little bit faster. Our regiments, however, can move as a police. Fresh reinforcements are of course going to be sent through those woods, and hopefully we are able to at least somewhat outrun the enemy. But I'm sure they already have forces in the area. Sedgwick is also going to move forward. And I'm also going to send Brown and Barlett on the double. We're still missing a couple of our forces. And right now the Confederates have 8,500 infantry and 48 artillery pieces, while we have 34,000 soldiers and 13 guns. And now the rest of our forces are slowly arriving. Can we get those boys forward? Wonderful. And we are going to get Brewster's artillery up over here as well. Grant, I want you to move down here to maybe outflank the enemy in the woods. And these boys are also going to push forward to hopefully harass the enemy while we are still moving up. And there is Knight's Brigade. Wonderful, you're also going to push up over here. And move on the double. Sedgwick's 3rd and Light Division are following suit. Very good, and it looks like we are actually able to get into those woods before the enemy. Let's make sure these boys are coming up and everyone moves as quick as possible. Harn's artillery is coming up. Let's send him over the road as well. And so far we have not yet encountered the enemy. But I'm sure they're here somewhere. Yes, there are enemy skirmishers. Good volley. Now try to run through them before they can actually set up. 12-pounder Napoleons need to move forward. There are Wilcox and Mahone's units. Brown and Barlett need to get ready to delay the enemy while the rest of our forces are still setting up. Wilcox is charging. Mahone is also moving on the double, it seems. And there is Shayla. Let's move him forward as well. I want skirmishers down here dispatched. These ones are going to move on the flank. These ones are going to move over here. And there is McCarthy's artillery and Brown's brigade. Come on, Harn, set up as well. These boys are beginning to set up. Where are our supplies? Relatively close to our artillery. Very good. 12-pounders, you're going to deal with Mahone. These skirmishers are coming up. Grant, move forward. And I think these boys do not need to run anymore. The advantage we had previously is already lost. Brown has taken over 124 casualties already. These skirmishers are putting up a fight. Mahone, however, should not resist us that long. We have some soldiers on his flank, even though these skirmishers are driving us away. And now with Grant arriving, we should be able to hunt them out of there. Yes, Mahone is driven away. Still, Brown needs to refocus. These artillery pieces are 10-pounders. I want them on semis. Harris, stop running so that you can open fire as soon as the enemy is in range. Grant, move forward. These skirmishers hunt those skirmishers. Brown's men fall back. And these boys need to make it on the double as well. Harn also has 10-pounders. Open up on semis. Everyone open up on semis. Come on, boys. Harris has taken 70 casualties in one volley, it seems. Over here, we are working around those skirmishers. Let's send the boys forward. And we can now shift our fire on Wilcox. 12-pounders, you're going to still push up. Semis is falling back. Wonderful volley from our boys. Grant is also getting ready. Unfortunately, Grant skirmishers are getting flanked from Beaufort. Let's get our boys into the woods so that we have a little bit of cover. Brown on the double, shift around. Brigadier General Joseph Bartlett is wounded. Neil, get down here. Thompson with your 12-pounders, open up on Wilcox. McCarthy also holds 12-pounders, so let's set them up. Brown skirmishers can reattach. Come on, let me select you and send you to the front line. 10-pounders are also doing a good job. There is Beaufort. Grant skirmishers, you can immediately reattach. Bartlett skirmishers, you have to get ready. Grant, hold your ground. And Neil and Shayla do not need to run anymore. Shayla, move forward. And Neil is getting ready. Bartlett skirmishers on the flank of Beaufort. And there we can see Wilcox wavering. Wonderful. Brown has taken a good amount of casualties already, but we are doing some good work. Seymour is the next target for our artillery. 12-pounders are in the area. Unfortunately, we can't see enemy guns right now, but we are going to find them quickly now. Right now, we are even outnumbering the enemy. And it is time to push forward so that these skirmishers run away. Let's get a Brownie forward. He does not need to run anymore. Wheaton can also move forward. Nobody needs to move on the double at this moment. And we have found Cable's artillery. 10-pounders shift so that we can limit our casualties. These skirmishers need to move forward on this position. Brown, you are going to shift slightly. Bartlett is going to shift. Brownie, move up. And looks like the front line wants to shift further to our south. Wolford is bleeding out slowly. And I think within one or two good volleys, he is going to waver. Come on, Grant, open fire. These are some nasty hits. Let's get Sedgwick down there so that we can keep up the high amount of fire. And let's get Harris forward so that we might get a couple shots on Kershaw down. Bartlett and Brownie also need to move up. And I'm going to send Wheaton forward in the rear. These 12-pounders also need to move up. 10-pounders, I think, also need to move up slightly so that we can get down better counter battery fire. Wolford is still standing, but we can see that his fire is becoming less coordinated. The same goes for Grant, but we should be able to deal with Wolford. Shayla, you're going to double time it. Grant, you're going to fall back. And with that, we should get the breathing room that we need. Down here, we have reached our objective, and we are now going to broaden the wedge that we have in the enemy lines. Brownie, push up. These skirmishers need to push up. I'm sure their skirmishers are around here somewhere. And yes, Wolford has withdrawn. We have been now notified that the enemy is receiving reinforcements. So let's make sure that we can get as much ground covered as possible to entrench our positions. Down here we are targeting Cable's artillery. Please do not target anything else, guys. And at the moment we have the option to push on those guns. So let's make sure that we get our guys moving before the enemy can heavily reinforce the area. Enemy skirmishers are routing. We're opening up on Cable. Come on, everyone, open up, open up, open up. Semis is coming up. Pounders set up, open up on semis. Kershaw should be driven away thanks to our flanking fire. Mahone is still on the field. Shayla got repelled. I guess Wolford was able to do a final last stand. Brown push down on semis and move that on the double. Down here our skirmishers are going to descend down on enemy artillery as long as these skirmishers are unable to really fight back. And we are pushing. Down here, why are we moving so close to the enemy? They're just in front of us. We just need to open fire. Brownie got repelled. Barlett get forward. Brown open up on Walton. And these artillery pieces continue your fire on Cable. Grant, you are in good condition. But I guess Mahone is already withdrawn. Maybe you can still reach him and charge him into submission. Oh yeah, there is Mahone withdrawing, but I doubt we are able to reach him in time. Wilcox is coming up, trying to save him. Wheaton double time it. And make them regret it. Brownie, you're going to get over here. Enemy guns are withdrawing, enemy forces are withdrawing as well. Enemy skirmishers are the only real threat at the moment. Wilcox is getting beaten. Barlett skirmishers want to get into a melee because they can't shoot unless Lee is out of the area. I mean, who wants to hit an enemy general? And we can now move up further. We see that Wolford is on our flank and we can see more forces are coming up. Early's division is in the area. Let's get these artillery pieces forward. Barlett's skirmishers can reattach, and I am right now struggling a little bit to set up our soldiers to make sure that our flank does not get overrun. Let's get Sedgwick forward. Our artillery is coming up. Supplies are coming up. 12 runners open up on Kershaw. I want Brownie to move down here. These skirmishers need to move down on those artillery pieces. And Brigadier General Frank Wheaton is killed. Barlett skirmishers, I need you to move in a more sensible way. I know I have told you to withdraw, but still. We have enemy fire coming from our flank. Let's consolidate over here. Let's get our 10 runners ready over here. Strong enemy artillery is in the area. Let's get these guys down. Barlett can push down on the flank of Kershaw. Grant, hold your ground. And open up on Barksdale. Shayla on the double. Barlett skirmishers, get ready. Over here we have just in time destroyed an entire enemy brigade. Neil on the double. Grant is going to need all the help we can get. Supplies move down. 12 pounders, you're now also going to be sent into the forest. This is where you are most likely needed the most. Brownie open up on Kaylee, Brown on Sammys, Wheaton on Wilcox, skirmishers on the flank of the enemy. And we can see those soldiers falling back. Harris, you're going to push forward. Wheaton is going to cover you. Wilcox is soon going to run away anyway. And those artillery pieces, I want them to focus fire on Hoke. Hoke is trying to close the distance and to drive away Shayla. And we are not going to let him. Focus fire on Sammy's guys. Brown is taking casualties. Let's get our skirmishers to work to distract their artillery. All of our artillery is going to open up on Hoke. Our flank is a little bit overextended. But it's all going to work out. Wheaton is going to finish off Wilcox within a volley or two. Down here Mahone is coming back. Knight needs to get forward. Supplies are in the area. Everyone should get at least a little bit. Hoke should be bleeding soon. McCarthy and Thomas, you can get closer. We have more artillery in the area to cover you. Enemy artillery is getting suppressed. Sammy's is wavering. Our own guys aren't anymore. Can we get Barlet skirmishers out and on the flank of Hoke? This would definitely help us. These 12 pounders are soon setting up, and in 30 minutes we should have this entire thing under control. Supplies are getting distributed. And our boys are pushing. We hear another charge, or do we hear Kershaw running away? No, we hear another charge under Wilcox. Very well then. Harris, hold your ground, open up on Wilcox. Wheaton, open up on Wilcox. And we have unfortunately lost some skirmishers. 12 pounders get ready. 10 pounders get ready. Over here we are still pushing. Ammunition is low. Supplies are coming up. And we have multiple strong brigades over here. Hayes is trying to charge. Let's focus our artillery. We have more units over here. Brownie on the double. Get a move on. Artillery needs to shift. I don't think these soldiers are needed over here either. Supplies are almost used up. Barlet, you're going to shift down on that flank. These skirmishers are going to try to suppress those artillery pieces further to make sure we are not getting any nasty surprises. Wheaton also to our north. I do not want to lose this fight so close to sundown. Everyone get ready. 12 pounders, open up on Hoke. Grant and Neil, you are going to fall back. Over here, you guys need to open fire. Our artillery is opening up. Grant, open up. Wheaton is about to reach the line. Shayla, get in front of our guns wherever possible. Neil, you need to shift around and open up on Hayes. Harris is dealing with those guys. Let's make sure we are hunting them down. One battery is destroyed, making our lives a little bit easier. Harris, move down. Barlet, move down. Brown, double time it. I know you're exhausted. Wheaton, do you have skirmishers to liberate our brothers? Hoke is falling back now. Wonderful. We hear another charge under Gordon. Tomkins and McCarthy, fire. Harris, open up on Barksdale with coming up down here. Barlet should be able to deal with Mahone on his own as he is on the flag. We got those skirmishers back. They're now getting rear flank, but we get Brownie up here. Artillery is also opening up, and now we were able to finish the fight. This was a rather quick but successful engagement. At the beginning we had 12,500 infanterists and 41 artillery pieces, and after the battle we only took 3,000 casualties amongst our infantry and lost only one of our artillery pieces. On the Confederate side, however, they had over 16,900 soldiers and 72 guns, and they have lost over 6,500 of their infantry and 32 of their artillery pieces. We have achieved our goals, and the best unit on the battlefield was Barlett with over 1,300 kills, followed by Nell and Harris with 1,200 kills. The losses are led by Grant, who suffered 693 casualties. After that comes Shaler with 509 losses and Brown with 475. Amongst our officer corps, Brigadier General Frank Wheaton got killed and Brigadier General Joseph Barlett got wounded. And we were able to capture over 1,200 Harper's Ferry M1855 and 156 Sharp Model 1855. We also got our hands on 5 12-pounder howitzers and 3 12-pounder Napoleons and rescued over 1,238 Springfield M1855. And now, after this battle is over, we can finally see how our army looks after the Battle of Chancellorsville. But before that, we got 3 additional career points and 38 reputation. We also got $325,000 and 13,200 fresh recruits, and the 466 prisoners we took got exchanged for 886 additional recruits. All in all, our army is now a lot weaker than before Chancellorsville, but we have some time to rebuild. Our first corps now has many units that have reached their second star, and officer casualties should be relatively easy to replace, and we now have many major generals amongst our ranks. Within our second corps, however, casualties were a lot higher and we have lost a lot more of our commanding officers. And it looks like our third corps has suffered the most. And this is definitely going to take some time to rebuild. Within our fourth corps, our swords were able to reach their first star. The same goes with the unit with the Cook and Brother Musketeers. Otherwise, casualties were also high, but I think we should not struggle in the slightest to replace those losses. In the next episode, we have to fight in the second battle of Winchester, but this has to be it for now. I thank you all for watching and hope you've enjoyed this episode. And until we meet again, I wish you all a great time.